This is not our last breath. We will open our mouths wide, wide.
The first page of experiencing God is salvation. And salvation is starting with, 1 John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him will not perish but will have eternal life. And I was ripe and ready when I read that verse from Brian, from my friend Diana, and whatever else God was doing in my life at that time, from the church that I was going to, because at this point I'm going to church with Brian now. It's Baptist church. They were much more blatant with what was going on and altar call each week. So it made it easier for me to get what they were asking of me. And I still never felt pressure. Nothing that I was going to or doing, no one that was interacting with me pressured me to anything. So, and Brian just a week before had pulled out, there's an organization called Crusade for Christ that we just love, love, love. And they have a sweet little book. What's it called?
The Four Spiritual Laws.
Four Spiritual Laws. And it just tells what it is, God's plan for you. And it starts with the John 3:16 and moves into this gift that he's giving us is open to everyone. There's no one that cannot accept this gift, no matter how much you've done. Basically, no sin is so small that it can be overlooked. But there's also no sin that is so big that it can't be forgiven. So that was pretty powerful to me to hear that. It's just going, wow, this is all of this is coming on me all at the same time. So Brian does 4 spiritual laws with me on the way home from a night out in Austin. And I, of course, am just thinking, what in the world is he up to? What is this he's talking about? And he, at the end of it, I just answered. My answer was, I've got a pretty good chance. The question was, what's your chance of going to heaven? And I said, I've got a pretty good chance. I'd say 85, 90%. I'm a good person. And I left it at that. And I was fine with that. I thought that was top dog, good stuff. And I had, and he's probably terrified of this person because he's going, oh my gosh, I'm falling in love with this girl that's not equally yoked with me. And what do we do? And I'm thinking, I just passed that test with flying colors. So then the next couple of days I had opened up that Experiencing God book. And that's when, alone in my room, I'm reading, equivalent to what the 4 spiritual laws are in Experiencing God. And that's where it asks me to do, if I haven't done this, that this book means nothing without doing that, and I will learn nothing from this book if I don't accept this free gift that God's given me and everyone else in the world. He's given it to me. His hands are reached out, but if I don't reach my hands out and accept it, it's nothing. So I reached my hands out, accepted it, and I remember sobbing, a happy sob. And I hadn't recalled a lot of happy sobs. So it was a special, my life's been different ever since. It wasn't an immediate, I'm walking to the left and the next thing you know I'm walking to the right, but it was definitely, I felt that God was with me everywhere that I went. I felt that something was different, and something was different in helping me make decisions and helping me feel at peace. And I know for sure that through the sickness that I've had, there's no way that I would have had the peace that I've had over the past year moving forward. And right now, as it's about as scary as it can get in terms of me not having a whole lot of time, most likely, I still have a peace about it. I can truly peacefully say this life is so short that it's going to be like tomorrow that I see everyone, not years and years. And I hope and pray more than anything that all of my children accept that gift that I accepted that night, and that my family does, and that these followers who've been praying for me and for a miracle, I want everyone to know that a miracle would be all of you accepting Christ into your life. Much bigger of a miracle than me living on this earth for 10 more years. And I still hope, that I can have some more years here. But my biggest prayer is that more people, especially my children, because they come first and foremost, because I'm responsible for them, would accept that gift. And I would love to be here to witness that if I could. I just want my family to know that I'm not giving up. This doesn't mean I'm giving up. It doesn't mean I'm giving up on you all. It doesn't mean I'm giving up on me. It just means that I'm trusting God that His will and His plan are perfect. And when He wants to call me home, whatever His timing is, I know is perfect in my heart. I want you all to trust that as well. The first day that we found out that it was cancer, it was just us at home. We weren't expecting it. We went and got a test done, and we're thinking worst case scenario, something surgically might need to be done. And it might be a little risky to have it done while Grace was in womb. So we might have to wait a couple of months before we could do the surgery, and I might just have to be in pain until she could be born. That was, in our minds, worst case scenario we hear that day. So we go, and that was actually best case scenario that we heard that day, before he did it, and then after he did it. And then that night we got the phone call saying, nope, it is cancer. Out of the 3 things it could have been, it was worst case scenario, not best case scenario. But what was I going?
So I went and sat in the backyard.
Yeah, so your dad went, and I'm inside. Okay, so here's what's going on. My head was a little foggy for a second. I turn on the music, some fun, happy music, and I get you together, and I'm big and pregnant with Grace, and you two are just happy little boys that are 3 and 1, and we started dancing. I said, come on boys, let's dance in the living room. So we danced and held hands and spun around. I said, kids, I always want you to remember we're having fun, and we're dancing, and we're loving on each other, and let's just enjoy this time together. I just thought, I'm alive right now today, and I don't know if I have tomorrow, was my thought. And boy, I wanted to live it up. So that's just what I need from you kids, is to keep the happiness in the home, because there might be some tears for a while, but I want there to also be dancing and fun and laughter. So keep that mix in there, and this home will always be happy.
We've been to the mountaintop, we've seen the glory